A short introduction to this little series I've started is the tier list for Phantom Forces. As guns get added, changed, or just looked at differently, the tier list will change, and hopefully everything will fall in line with everything else. So to start off, there are several ranks. We're going to go through each rank, each gun, and give at least a short explanation as to why. SS are guns that are overpowered. They're purely OP. They need to be nerfed. They need to be changed, or in extreme cases, just outright removed from the game and put back in as a different weapon style. To start off is the MG36. If you don't know the MG36, think of especially the machine gun variant of the G36. Fast fire rate, it has a high DPS. It's basically the best gun in the game. The only bad side is it has a semi-long reload, and the recoil is pretty hard to control. But its tap firing is on point, and you can take out snipers with this gun. So far, the only bad sides are the longer than average reload and a poor automatic recoil. Otherwise, everything else about this gun just makes it absolutely broken. The intervention is a sniper. Of course, it's broken too. It's extremely easy to use. It does way too much damage, and it's just pretty much hands down the best sniper in the game at the moment. The Remington 700 is the same way, except it's slightly worse than it's basically the intervention, just slightly worse. That's basically what it is. The G18 is the first pistol. It is the highest rated pistol in the game. It is absolutely hands down the best pistol. You cannot argue with it. The only argument you can sort of use is it sucks at range, but you're not using it at range. Why are you trying to snipe people with this gun when you could be running a battle rifle, a DMR, or something else? This gun can out DPS anything in close quarters. The only guns that will beat this thing in close quarter combat are shotguns and the Tech 9. The only two types of guns that can beat it. The Servu, like any other shotgun, and the Tech 9. But this is a case of nerf it, no one uses it. Buff it, what are you thinking? Leave it, it's overpowered. Like, you just cannot win with this gun. The M60 is just bullshit. It's basically the MG36, just easier to acquire since you get it from the start. And probably just a little bit harder to use with a longer reload. Again, worst version of the MG36. The FAMAS, the most recent addition to the SS tier, only after I just used it in game. From the start, when you first unlock this gun, you'll have a dead accurate hipfire and ADS weapon. Extremely easy to use, extremely low recoil, and we're not even talking about attachments. You run attachments on the thing, and it's just absolutely absurd. I used to run this when it had a high ADS recoil. At least I felt it was high. It was very hard to use its iron sights too. That's about the only downside to this gun. I think its reload is a little bit higher than the other weapons. If I'm right, no, it actually carries a 30-round mag, which is a little weird, since the actual FAMAS fires a 25. I think it has the highest fire rate of all assault rifles in the game currently, and it just needs to be nerfed. It's too good. Sure, you unlock it at rank 45, but in the pro scene, there isn't one, but we're talking in a pro scene platform. It's broken. It does not belong in the game competitively. Now the Scar L. By the way, we're in S tier. These are guns that are overperforming. They need nerfs and changes, but they're not outright breaking the game yet. Scar L has always been good. It was beyond broken back in beta, and now it's still performing too well. It's accurate. It's strong. There's just so much good about the gun, and it needs to be changed. All I gave one different version of the Scar L. That's basically all it is. Now this is the machine gun variant of the L86. A very good weapon. It's accurate, easy to control. It has the machine gun recoil to it. But overall, it's a very good gun, honestly. Aside from the low ammo capacity compared to the other machine guns, it's still a very good weapon. The MK11 has been overperforming since its implementation in beta. It's way too powerful, way too accurate. It's the only thing that offsets its powerfulness, its OPness, is its reload speed. And if it didn't have that the fire rate, sorry. The fire rate, it would be an SS, honestly. Like, if this thing had the fire rate of the SKS or something, it would be an SS. The M9, the Glock 17 are the exact same gun, pretty much. Very accurate any range. You could put a suppressor on it and shoot someone across the map and kill them. Takes a couple of shots, but if they're stupid enough to sit there and let you shoot them, then easy kill. I just think these general nerfs are just generally too good. The Para, the AUG Para, very broken gun. From the get-go, a low recoil, high fire rate SMG. It has a very high amount of damage for being an SMG, in my opinion. Of course, I have not matched these numbers, which I probably should have done. But this is a very good weapon that can stand up to a bunch of guns, honestly. The only thing that offsets it even a little is its low ammo capacity compared to assault rifles. It has 25 rounds to a mag. But that's okay, because it's still an extremely powerful weapon. The SSR, I fucking love this gun. It's absolutely one of my favorite weapons in the game at the moment. At close range, it one-hit headshots. It's very accurate, extremely powerful. The only thing that offsets it is a low magazine capacity of 10 shots and a very slow fire rate. But putting this with a G18, which honestly, if we had a professional scene, that's all anyone would ever run, is just the G18 because it's so good. Then you have yourself a very good loadout here. The PDW is the same as the Para, it's just in carbine form. Good fire rate, good damage, good accuracy, low recoil. There's very few bad things about the gun. The A94, what makes this barely under overpowered is just the iron sights and kind of the gun feel in general. But currently the gun is bullshit. That's all there is to it. It's bullshit. Because you can just hip fire in burst and you have the fastest firing gun in the game. 1,600 rounds a minute. It even beats the Tech 9's 1,500. Barely, but beats it. There's no penalty at all for firing it in hip fire. What makes this gun outside of SS? Honestly, the FAMAS can beat it out if you kind of can hit your shots. And if it doesn't get changed, it might go up to SS just because it's that fucking powerful. It needs a nerf. And now we go to A+. These are guns above balance. You want them to be balanced, but they're sadly not. But sadly, I'm also out of time for this. I'll pick up where I left off and